Before we go any further, I want to hear from you. Does this matchup excite you or worry you? Is Gervonta Tank Davis versus Jake Paul a smart crossover event or a dangerous size mismatch dressed up as entertainment? Drop your prediction in the comments with method and round. If you want more long-form boxing coverage with context, expert reactions, and camp updates, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and share this with a friend who never misses fight night. Camp Davis looks different this time. Mike Tyson is in the gym, in the corner, and, in his words, there to change mentality, not muscles. Early in camp, cameras caught Tyson giving Tank a simple directive that says a lot about the approach. Never back straight out. Finish your combination and slip off on the last punch. Don't stay in front. It's the essence of Tyson's own style. Close the distance safely, exit at an angle, and control the geography of the ring. Tyson knows Jake Paul better than most. He shared a ring with him and felt the right hand up close. That's why he's stressing control over power for Davis. Jake's not a better boxer, Tyson told people in the gym. But he's patient and he has good power. His warning is clear. Tank doesn't need to hit harder. He needs to make fewer mistakes. That theme echoed during a sparring session when Kenny Ellis said Tyson abruptly halted the work after Tank overcommit on a left hand. Tyson walked in, no lecture, no theatrics. That's how he'll catch you, he said. You lunge, you lose. Later that day, Davis reposted Tyson's photo with the caption, "Learning from the real one." Tank's longtime team is adjusting to the new voice. Head coach Calvin Ford, the man who built Davis from the amateurs into a 3-division world champion, respects Tyson, but he's protective of structure. Ford has already raised a practical concern that matters in a fight like this: gloves. "We don't fight in 12-ounce gloves," he said. "That's training. Jake fights in 10s. Tank fights at A, so he's losing 4 ounces. The exact final specifications matter because 4 ounces spread across 2 hands changes the bite of the leather and the risk profile, especially when one man is walking around close to 200 pounds and the other is barely a natural 135. Tyson, for his part, isn't trying to take over. "I'm not here to run camp," he's told reporters who ask. "I'm here to pass something on. Whether he listens is up to him." He's also blunt about the biggest variable. "Crowds don't win fights," he said. "Discipline wins fights. Control wins fights. I want to see if he can control himself when it's not going his way." That is the quiet test inside the spectacle. Can Tank remain Tank when his opponent can lean 40, 50, 60 pounds of mass on him and make him feel like he's punching underwater? The stakes were already high. They just escalated. Promoters have inserted a knockout bonus into the contracts, on top of guaranteed purses, to supercharge a finish. Both sides confirmed the clause exists. Jake Paul hinted on a podcast that it isn't small. It's big enough to make both men swing for it early. That's by design. Because this is officially an exhibition at a contracted 195 pounds, traditional sanctioning and betting lines are off the table. If you can't sell belts, you sell jeopardy. A finish bonus does that. It's also why training footage on both sides has a different edge. Paul's clips emphasize heavy bag thuds and upper body strength circuits. Davis's show the whip in his counters and the head movement Tyson is drilling. This isn't preparation for 12 careful rounds. It's preparation for a 3-minute storm that might end the night. The Atlanta venue sold out in hours. Organizers wanted to guarantee action that matches the hype. Extra money for a KO guarantees chaos, especially when there's a stark size disparity. That gap is why so many veterans are speaking up. Paulie Malignaggi, a former world champion and unfiltered analyst, called the whole thing a bit of a circus, but conceded that the knockout clause changes everything. "Because it's an exhibition, there are no official betting lines," he said on Frock on Fighting. "You throw in a knockout bonus and suddenly everyone's watching every punch like it's the last one." Malignaggi also hammered the weight difference. If the gloves are small, Gervonta can hurt Jake. But Jake can also hurt him badly, he warned. This isn't entertainment, it's a genuine risk when one guy is that much bigger. Tyron Woodley, who fought Jake Paul, issued a direct warning to Tank. He has to take Jake seriously, he told Fruity King. Even though on paper Jake hasn't had the amateur or pro career Tank has, he's got the motivation to prove people wrong. Woodley's point was as much physics as psychology. "You're going up to fight somebody at 195, he said. "It's a whole different level of power. You got to be able to get close to him. Jake's smart enough to keep you away. If you keep forcing it, you can walk onto a punch." Carl Frock went further. He questioned whether any commission would sanction such a mismatch. 7 weight divisions, he said flatly. "It would not be allowed. This is why it's an exhibition." Could Jake Paul seriously hurt Gervonta Davis? "Probably not," Frock said after a pause. "But if he lands a big right hand, shoots from the hip, and connects on Davis's chin, there's a chance he could be seriously injured by somebody that's 5 stone heavier." Dana White, never shy when crossover fights surface, used a familiar example. "You guys need to fight guys your same size," he told Logan Paul on Impulsive. He recalled Logan's exhibition with Floyd Mayweather. "You're a massive dude. Floyd's tiny. You probably thought, I'll hit him and then grab him and tie him up." It didn't matter how clean Floyd landed. Size took the sting out of everything. "Gervonta hits way harder than Floyd," White said. "But he's too small here. Your brother's going to be able to get inside on him, put his weight on him, tie him up." That's the fear, that Paul's physicality will smother Davis's explosiveness, especially under exhibition rules designed by promoters rather than sanctioning bodies. Terence Crawford, arguably the best boxer on the planet today, broke it down simply on full send. "Tank is very talented, can punch hard, explosive," he said. "Jake can punch with that right hand. I've seen it up close and personal. The dude is big. He's not as slow as people think, and he can punch." Crawford wasn't predicting a knockout, but he was unequivocal about the disadvantage. "Personally, I think Tank too little, bro. There are weight classes for a reason. If Jake lands one good punch on Tank, it's over." If all of that sounds like an indictment of the matchup itself, take a breath. There are other realities at play. This is the money business. One broadcaster put it bluntly, anybody can say what they want. At the end of the day, this game is about getting checks. Tank is reportedly guaranteed $40 million for this exhibition. That figure is why some fighters, who would never touch a size mismatch in a professional bout, are shrugging and saying, "Get paid." It's also why Lamont Roach is angry. Roach says he had a contractual rematch with Davis. He's now booked to fight Isaac Pitbull Cruz in December instead, a solid fight, but nowhere near the payday. "He's got to go and get this money, and I'm not supposed to get anything?" Roach said on Ring Champs. "If I was in his shoes, I would have called me. We're taking this fight. Here's something to step aside." They didn't even pick up the phone. To his mind, even $4 to $5 million would have been the respectful solution in light of the exhibition windfall. Team Davis insists everything is within legal bounds and that the Paul event is separate from sanctioning obligations. The WBA has stayed quiet, which suggests they're not inclined to test the gray area. The message is unmistakable. This fight exists in its own commercial bubble. There are plenty of loud voices outside the bubble. Some say PBC, Premier Boxing Champions, should be called out for putting one of the sport's biggest stars into what they consider a farcical fight at a time when the company is fighting for survival. Others note that PBC isn't even the lead player here. This is Netflix money, platform spectacle, and the kind of global event streaming services crave. A viral clip showed one pundit shaking his head, "Bigfoot versus Littlefoot. Better than Cirque du Soleil." The sarcasm hides a real concern. How much more WWE can boxing absorb before fans check out? Then again, another pundit, equally loud, said simply, "Don't pay for it if you hate it." But you will. What do the men themselves say? Jake Paul is leaning into the promotion, joking on live streams and promising to buy rolls for the guy who set up the knockout bonus. Davis is saying very little. A short clip of fast mitt work titled, "Don't Blink," was his answer to all the noise. Those around him say he hears the chatter, he knows the risk, and he's treating this like the most disciplined camp of his career. Tyson's influence is visible in the drills. Compact combinations, head off the line, quick exits, catch encounters designed to punish impatience without getting tied up. The structure of the bout remains an oddity that even supporters struggle to explain. Jake Paul told Ariel Helwani months ago that the fight would be at 195 pounds with 10 3-minute rounds. No commission would sanction a 135-pounder against a cruiserweight, so it's an exhibition, No official result, just two men punching for pride and bonus money. That label is supposed to protect fighters from extreme mismatches. In this case, it's the entertainment wrapper around a very real risk. You can control glove size and round length. You can't control physics. You've also seen the face-off. Some fans felt Tank looked uncomfortable. Others called it a non-moment. Henry Cejudo labeled it cringe, while still insisting that the smaller guy is dangerous. The visual is odd. One man compact and coiled, the other broad and taller. It reinforces both sides' narratives. For Jake Paul fans, the size is a built-in insurance policy. For Tank fans, the contrast is a chance to say, he's been beating bigger men his whole life. Skill beats size. A word on legacy, because it's come up again and again. Will this damage Tank Davis if it goes wrong? He's a four-time world champion across 3 divisions. His resume will always be judged by the Haneys, Shakurs, and Teofimos of the world, not by Jake Paul. If he loses an exhibition at 195, the boxing record won't reflect it. The health will. And that's the real concern the pros keep repeating. Weight classes exist to moderate danger. When you step outside them, you can pick up a check, but you also pick up the risk that a punch you'd normally eat might put you down. Here's the most honest summary you'll get. This fight is happening because the money is ridiculous, the platform is global, and both men stood to gain more from each other than from anyone else this year. The Atlanta arena is sold out. The knockout bonus has pulled the pin out of the grenade. Mike Tyson is trying to give Gervonta Davis the tools to walk through the blast and not get shredded. Jake Paul is trying to prove he's graduated from celebrity boxing to a tier where he can share a ring with elite talent and make it interesting. So what wins? Discipline or adrenaline, control or chaos, skill or size? Does Tyson's blueprint hold when a 195-pound man leans on a 135-pound frame and drags him into deep water? Or does Tank's timing detonate a counter that ends everything before those questions matter? Tell us how you see it. Who wins, how, and when? Does the knockout bonus help the show or cross a line? Should exhibitions like this have stricter guidelines, or do you want the Wild West as long as both men agree? If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell. We'll have full fight week coverage from Atlanta, final glove specs once they're official, undercard analysis, and post-fight reaction with punch stats and trainer quotes. Coming up next, why weight classes were invented, and what happens when greats dared to ignore them.